Imagine reaching your 90s and still having the freedom to get up from your favorite chair, walk across the room with steady steps, and even take a stroll outside without fear of falling. Picture yourself lifting a grocery bag, bending to pick up a grandchild's toy, or stepping into the garden, all with the same ease you enjoyed decades earlier. For most people, this sounds like a dream, almost too good to be true. Yet here's the reality. It isn't just wishful thinking. The choices you make today can have a powerful effect on how strong and mobile you remain in the years to come. Now let's pause on a sobering fact. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 1 out of every 4 adults over the age of 65 suffers a fall each year. That single statistic should give us all chills. Falls are not just minor accidents. They are the leading cause of injury among older adults and often result in broken bones, hospitalization, and the heartbreaking loss of independence. Many families can share a story of a loved one who was walking confidently 1 month and struggling with a walker or confined to a chair the next. The impact of a fall is life-changing. But here's the hopeful side of the story. There is a simple, natural tool that has been hiding in plain sight all along. It doesn't require a fancy prescription or an expensive treatment plan. It is something your body already knows how to use. And with the right attention, it can dramatically reduce your risk of falls, strengthen your legs, and help you preserve your independence. It's not a magic pill, it's a nutrient. One that is so common we often take it for granted, and yet its effect on muscle strength and balance is nothing short of remarkable. So let me ask you, if there was one small change you could make today to protect yourself from becoming part of that 1 in 4 statistic, wouldn't you want to know what it is? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly why this overlooked vitamin may be the single most important key to staying strong, steady, and independent as you age. If you've ever felt confused about whether vitamin D is good or bad for you, you're not alone. Many older adults hear one expert praise it as the secret to stronger bones and muscles, while another warns of dangers from taking too much. That tug of war can leave you wondering, should I take it or avoid it altogether? Let's clear up the noise so you can move forward with confidence instead of doubt. The truth is that both sides are pointing to something real, but in very different contexts. At extremely high doses, vitamin D can cause problems. Too much of it over time can raise calcium levels in your blood, leading to kidney stones, irregular heartbeats, or other complications. That's the warning you sometimes hear in headlines, and it has a basis in fact. But those warnings often skip the most important point. Those dangers happen at doses far higher than what most seniors would ever need or be prescribed. In other words, the risk is tied to misuse, not to responsible, age-appropriate intake. Now let's look at the other side. When vitamin D is taken at the recommended levels, the science consistently shows real benefits. The National Institutes of Health sets the daily recommended amount at 600 IU for adults in their 50s and 800 IU for adults over 70. The safe upper limit is 4,000 IU per day. Within that range, vitamin D is not only safe, but essential. It supports your bones, your muscles, and even your immune system. The danger comes from ignoring it altogether, or, on the opposite extreme, from assuming that if a little is good, more must be better. Balance is the key. Another factor that adds to the confusion is that our bodies change with age. A younger adult may get enough vitamin D from casual sun exposure, but older skin simply cannot produce the same amount. Combine that with more time spent indoors, and deficiency becomes common, affecting more than 60% of seniors. That's why so many older adults need either supplements or carefully planned diet and sun exposure. What's too much for one person may actually be not enough for another, depending on age, health conditions, and lifestyle. So how do you make sense of it all? The answer is not to guess and not to blindly follow the loudest voice on the internet. The answer is to measure and manage. A simple blood test can reveal your vitamin D level. From there, your doctor can help you decide whether you need a supplement and at what dose. That way, you're not overdosing and you're not missing out. You're right where you need to be. Think of it this way. Taking vitamin D responsibly is like setting the thermostat in your home. Too low and you're shivering. Too high and you're overheating. But at the right setting, you're comfortable, safe, and able to enjoy life. That's the middle ground we're aiming for with vitamin D. When most people think about vitamin D, they immediately picture bones. And it's true, vitamin D plays a central role in helping your body absorb calcium and keep bones strong. But if we stop there, we miss half the story. Vitamin D is just as critical for your muscles, your balance, and your ability to move safely every single day. In fact, new research is showing that this nutrient may be one of the most overlooked allies in the fight against age-related muscle decline. Let's start with the problem many seniors know all too well: sarcopenia. That's the gradual loss of muscle mass that begins in middle age and accelerates as the decades pass. By the time someone reaches their 80s, nearly half will be living with significant muscle loss. Sarcopenia doesn't just make you weaker, it makes daily life harder. Climbing stairs feels exhausting, getting out of a chair requires more effort, and balance becomes shaky. All of these changes combine to raise the risk of a fall. So where does vitamin D come in? Think of your muscles like an orchestra. Calcium is the instrument, and vitamin D is the conductor. Without the conductor, the music falls apart. Without enough vitamin D, your body can't properly use calcium, and your muscles can't contract smoothly or strongly. The result is weaker legs, slower walking, and less stability. One study found that seniors with low vitamin D levels walked significantly more slowly than those with healthy levels, a difference you could see in the way they moved across a room. And it's not just theory. Clinical research has confirmed the connection. In a large meta-analysis, older adults who took daily vitamin D supplements in the range of 700 to 2,000 IU had fewer falls compared to those who didn't supplement. Another study showed that seniors with adequate vitamin D levels had stronger lower body muscles and performed better on simple balance tests. These aren't abstract findings. They translate directly into how steady you feel when you step out of bed in the morning or when you take that first step off the curb. Here's another way to picture it. Imagine two people in their 70s. One has low vitamin D, the other keeps their levels in a healthy range. The first person finds themselves dragging their feet, taking shorter steps, feeling nervous on uneven ground. The second person moves with confidence, takes longer strides, and recovers quickly when they stumble. The difference isn't just age, it's chemistry. And the good news is, chemistry can be changed. Vitamin D also interacts with your nervous system. It influences how nerves communicate with muscles, making movements smoother and reflexes quicker. That's why deficiency can feel like your body is lagging behind your intentions. Your brain tells your legs to move, but the signal arrives weaker, slower, or less coordinated. Restoring vitamin D doesn't magically reverse aging, but it strengthens that connection so you're less likely to trip, wobble, or hesitate. So if you've ever wondered why your legs don't feel as strong as they used to, or why simple tasks take more out of you than before, vitamin D might be part of the answer. And correcting it could be one of the simplest steps you can take to protect your independence. Now that we've seen why vitamin D is so important for muscle strength and balance, the next question is, how big is the problem? The answer may surprise you. Vitamin D deficiency isn't a rare condition that affects only a handful of people. It's widespread, and seniors are at the very center of it. Recent surveys in the United States show that well over half of adults over the age of 60 have blood levels of vitamin D that fall below the optimal range. Some estimates place the number at more than 60%. That means the majority of older adults are living every day with less vitamin D than their bodies actually need to function at their best. And the consequences are more than just numbers on a lab report. Deficiency doubles the risk of falls and fractures. For many families, that means the difference between an active lifestyle and months spent recovering in a rehab facility. Why is deficiency so common in later life? There are several reasons, and most of them are tied directly to the aging process itself. First, older skin is simply less efficient at converting sunlight into vitamin D. The same 10 minutes in the sun that gave you a healthy dose in your 30s barely makes a dent in your 70s. Second, many seniors spend more time indoors, whether because of limited mobility, health concerns, or just lifestyle changes. That cuts off one of the body's most natural sources of vitamin D. Add in the fact that certain medications can interfere with vitamin D absorption or metabolism, and it's easy to see how deficiency sneaks up. Geography also plays a role. Living in northern states with long winters or in cities where you're bundled up much of the year means your skin gets less sunlight overall. Even seniors in sunny climates may avoid direct sun to protect their skin from damage, which further limits vitamin D production. In short, the cards are stacked against older adults when it comes to maintaining healthy levels naturally. This widespread deficiency is why doctors and researchers call vitamin D a public health concern. It's not just about bones, it's about keeping millions of people steady on their feet, safe from falls, and confident in their independence. If you've never had your vitamin D checked, you're not alone. But it's a simple step that can make all the difference. How do you know if you might be running low on vitamin D? The truth is, deficiency often develops quietly, without dramatic warning signs. But if you pay attention, your body may be giving you subtle signals that something is off. Let's walk through the most common red flags so you'll know what to look for in yourself or a loved one. One of the earliest clues is muscle weakness, especially in the legs. Have you noticed that standing up from a chair feels harder than it used to? Or that climbing a flight of stairs leaves you more fatigued than expected? That gradual decline in strength can be a sign that your muscles aren't getting the support they need from vitamin D. Over time, this weakness makes everyday tasks riskier and increases the likelihood of tripping or falling. Another common symptom is balance trouble. Seniors often describe feeling unsteady when walking on uneven ground or turning quickly. While balance is influenced by many factors, vitamin D deficiency can disrupt the way nerves and muscles communicate, making it harder for your body to react quickly when you stumble. If you feel less sure on your feet, it's worth paying attention. Bone discomfort can also be a signal. Achy legs, a sore lower back, or tenderness in the hips may reflect more than just getting older. Without enough vitamin D, your body struggles to absorb calcium, leading to bones that are weaker and more prone to pain or even fractures. Some people also notice that minor injuries or cuts take longer to heal, a reminder that vitamin D plays a role in tissue repair as well. Nighttime cramps are another red flag. If you've ever been jolted awake by a sharp, seizing pain in your calves or thighs, you know how disruptive these cramps can be. While cramps can have many causes, low vitamin D is one of them, since it helps regulate muscle contraction. Frequent or worsening cramps may be your body's way of asking for more support. It's important to remember that these symptoms are not proof on their own. Weak legs, soreness, or fatigue can come from a variety of causes. But if several of these signs sound familiar, it's a good idea to talk with your doctor about checking your vitamin D level. The test is simple, a quick blood draw, and it gives you a clear picture of where you stand. Catching deficiency early means you can take steps before a fall or fracture happens. And think of these warning signs as your body's check engine light. Ignoring them won't make the problem go away. It only increases the risk of a breakdown. But noticing them and acting on them could keep you stronger and steadier for years to come. By now, you know why vitamin D is so essential for strength, balance, and independence. The next step is turning knowledge into action. The good news? You don't need a complicated program or expensive treatments. With 3 practical strategies, sunlight, food, and supplements, you can keep your vitamin D at healthy levels and protect your body for years to come. Let's take a closer look at each. 1. Sunlight, the natural source. Our bodies are designed to make vitamin D when our skin is exposed to sunlight. For younger adults, just a short time outdoors is often enough. But as we age, the skin loses its efficiency, which means older adults need to be more intentional. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes of direct sunlight on your face, arms, or legs at least 3 times per week. Midday between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. is the most effective time because the sun's rays are strongest. If you live in a northern state with long winters or spend most of your time indoors, it becomes harder to rely on the sun alone. In those cases, a vitamin D lamp, designed to mimic natural sunlight, can help. Always remember, though, to balance sun exposure with skin protection. If you have a history of skin cancer or other conditions, talk with your doctor before increasing sun time. The goal is safe exposure, not risk. 2. Food. Putting vitamin D on your plate. Diet is another powerful tool, though it's important to know that food alone rarely provides enough vitamin D to cover your entire daily needs. Still, combining the right foods can make a big difference. Fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, and sardines are among the richest sources. A 3-ounce serving of salmon provides roughly 400 to 570 international units of vitamin D, close to two-thirds of the daily recommendation for adults over 70. Egg yolks offer about 40 IU each, while fortified milk delivers around 120 IU per cup. Fortified plant-based options, like soy or almond milk, can also be helpful if you don't consume dairy. And don't forget mushrooms exposed to ultraviolet light. They're the only plant food that naturally contains significant amounts of vitamin D. Even so, reaching 800 IU daily from food alone is tough, which is why most seniors need an additional step. 3. Supplements, the reliable backup. Supplements are often the simplest and most consistent way to ensure you're getting enough vitamin D. The National Institutes of Health recommends 800 IU per day for adults over 70, with an upper safe limit of 4,000 IU. For many seniors, a daily supplement of vitamin D3, also called cholecalciferol, taken with a meal that contains healthy fat is ideal, since vitamin D is fat-soluble. Research shows that supplementation in the range of 700 to 2,000 international units per day can significantly lower the risk of falls. The key is consistency. It's not about taking a large dose once in a while, but about giving your body steady support every day. It's also important to mention magnesium, an often overlooked partner in this process. Your body needs magnesium to activate vitamin D. Without it, you may not absorb or use vitamin D efficiently, no matter how much you take. Foods rich in magnesium, such as leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains, can boost your body's ability to benefit from vitamin D. If your diet falls short, a magnesium supplement may be worth discussing with your doctor. Now let's talk about safety. While vitamin D is essential, more is not always better. Taking more than 4,000 IU daily over long periods can lead to excessive calcium in the blood, which may cause kidney stones, heart rhythm problems, or other complications. That's why it's best to stay within the recommended range and check your blood levels if you're unsure. Certain medications can also change how your body handles vitamin D. Thiazide diuretics, often prescribed for blood pressure, can increase calcium levels when combined with vitamin D. Some cholesterol-lowering drugs, weight loss medications, and steroids may reduce vitamin D absorption. If you're taking any of these, let your healthcare provider know so they can adjust your plan safely. Think of these three approaches as a triangle. Sunlight, food, and supplements all contribute to the foundation. Some people may lean more on one side, say supplements, if they live in a cloudy climate, while others may combine all three. What matters is building a balanced, sustainable routine that fits your lifestyle and keeps your levels steady. Even small steps add up. A daily walk outside, a piece of salmon on your dinner plate, and a simple capsule at breakfast could be the combination that keeps your muscles strong and your steps steady. The path to better mobility and fewer falls doesn't require dramatic changes. It's about paying attention to what your body needs and making small, consistent choices. With these three tools in your hands, vitamin D deficiency doesn't have to be your story. Instead, you can write a new chapter, one where strength, balance, and independence are part of your daily life. One of the most encouraging aspects of vitamin D is that the benefits don't take years to appear. With consistent intake, many older adults notice positive changes within weeks, and those improvements build steadily over time. Let's walk through a realistic timeline, so you'll know what to expect once you start addressing a deficiency. After 2 weeks, the earliest change many people report is fewer nighttime cramps and less muscle fatigue. Those sharp pains in the calves that wake you at 2 a.m., they often become less frequent once vitamin D levels begin to rise. Some also describe a subtle lift in energy, a sense that daily chores don't drain them quite as much. It's not dramatic, but it's noticeable, like turning on a dimmer switch in a dark room. After 1 month, with continued supplementation or improved diet and sun exposure, leg strength begins to return. Standing up from a chair feels smoother, and balance improves when walking on uneven ground. For some, confidence starts to rebuild. The fear of stumbling, which keeps so many older adults from leaving the house or staying active, begins to loosen its grip. At this stage, you're not just stronger physically, but mentally as well. After 3 months, this is where the research becomes striking. Studies have found that with 3 to 6 months of steady vitamin D intake, seniors experience a 31% reduction in falls, a 35% increase in muscle strength, and a 40% reduction in fracture risk. These numbers are more than statistics. They represent lives changed, grandparents able to walk at family gatherings, older adults keeping up with friends on outings, and fewer hospital stays that steal independence. Beyond 6 months, consistency is the secret ingredient. Vitamin D works best when it becomes part of your daily routine, like brushing your teeth or drinking water. Over the long term, maintaining healthy levels can mean stronger bones, steadier steps, and the priceless gift of independence. The improvements you feel after weeks and months are not temporary. They become the new normal when you keep your levels steady. So if you've ever wondered whether one simple nutrient could truly make a difference, this timeline gives you the answer. Step by step, week by week, vitamin D helps rebuild the foundation of your mobility. And every day you stay consistent, you're investing in a future where you can keep moving with confidence. We began this journey by imagining life in your 90s with the same strength and freedom you enjoyed decades earlier. At first, it may have sounded unrealistic, but now you know that one simple nutrient, vitamin D, can play a powerful role in making that vision possible. From supporting muscle strength to improving balance, from reducing falls to preserving independence, vitamin D is more than just a bone vitamin. It's a cornerstone of aging well. Let's recap the key takeaways. 1 in 4 adults over 65 experiences a fall each year, often with serious consequences. Yet research shows that maintaining healthy vitamin D levels can reduce those risks significantly. Deficiency is widespread, affecting more than half of older adults, but it doesn't have to be your story. The signs, muscle weakness, leg cramps, slow healing, are signals worth paying attention to. And the solutions are straightforward. Spend safe time in the sun, enjoy foods rich in vitamin D, and use supplements when needed, always in consultation with your doctor. Remember, the recommended daily intake is about 800 IU for adults over 70, with a safe upper limit of 4,000 IU. Balance and consistency matter more than megadoses. Now here's the challenge I want to leave with you. Don't just nod along and file this information away. Act on it. Ask your doctor about a vitamin D blood test. Adjust your diet, take that short walk in the midday sun, or add a simple supplement to your breakfast routine. Small steps, done daily, add up to big protection over time. And because health is never just about information, it's about community, I want to hear from you. When was the last time you had your vitamin D checked? Comment below with tested if you've done it within the past year, or not yet if it's still on your to-do list. Your response might encourage someone else to take action too. While you're there, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll never miss the health insights designed specifically for seniors like you. Finally, if you found today's video helpful, I invite you to keep going. In our next video, we'll explore another essential piece of the puzzle: how eating 25 to 30 grams of protein at each meal after age 60 can work hand in hand with vitamin D to keep your muscles strong. Think of it as the perfect 1-2 punch for mobility and independence. So click over and join me there. You won't want to miss it, because the truth is simple. Staying strong and steady into your later years isn't about luck. It's about choices. And with vitamin D on your side, you've got one of the most powerful choices already in your hands.